I'm looking at Stacy Jeffcoat in there right now with her good. That's a Lake Martin Songwriters Festival T-shirt on. I'm liking it a whole bunch. Speaking of Lake Martin Songwriters Festival 2026, I'm gonna let this young man introduce himself and let him tell you what kind of experience he just had with the Lake Martin Songwriters Festival.
Fair enough. Well, howdy folks, my name is Joshua Michael Woods. I was just at this year's Lake Martin Songwriters Festival. I got to play it was Lake Martin Pizza Company on Highway 63.
Oh yeah.
My first time playing there actually. And
nice stage.
Yeah, that's a cool stage. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, I got to play there with some amazing musicians, made some great friends that night, made some great connections that night. And I look forward to hopefully coming back again next year, and we'll see about that.
Who are some of the? Do you remember some of the artists that you got to sing with?
I do. So one of them was a very nice lady named Anna Colson. Great sound. She has more of a softer tone, which I love. And another one was Blaine Rudd. And so Anna Colson was on my left, Blaine Rudd was on my right.
Wow.
And just playing some music. And Blaine Rudd really impressed me with his sound. He has more of a traditional kind of Nashville country sound, and you can tell. I think someone was telling me that he's a songwriter with multiple millions of streams on Spotify and all the things. I was like, okay, I need to listen to this guy while he's playing, and he was very good. So I was very impressed with him. And then after we did our hour-and-a-half set, and the next three folks came on. I don't remember all of their names, but I remember there was one guy that my friend told me about he was the third guy, or actually I think there were four of them actually, but he was the fourth guy on the right, and he did a really famous kind of almost, I don't know if it's a parody country song or what you would call it, but a satirical country song maybe. I won't say the first word, but it ends with "Down in Dallas."
Okay.
And huge song, but I didn't get to stay to hear him play the clean version of it. But it was just an incredible time, and I didn't realize until that night how good the pizza was there either.
Oh boy,
that's good stuff.
It is.
That's almost better than the music, just the pizza.
Of course, they got good salads down there. Just a neat place. Just a real cool venue. What'd you learn that night as a singer-songwriter? Did anything come out that you said, I need to start doing that, or I like the way he did that or she did that? Does anything come to mind?
I think, funnily enough, the first thing that I thought of when you mentioned that was I need to be more prepared when it comes to my music gear.
What do you mean?
So here's an interesting thing. So two of us had issues with their music gear that night. And
not in tune?
It was in tune, luckily.
Like you're not talking about.
But it was so the first issue was I wasn't kind of told that you have to bring your own instrument cable. I'd assumed all I had to do was bring guitar. So I brought my guitar. I didn't bring a cable. So we had to have somebody go scrambling for a guitar cable.
Okay.
And then the next issue that happened was Anna, something was up with her amplifier in her acoustic guitar, and so she had to borrow my guitar. So but luckily we found an instrument cable. She was able to borrow my guitar on her songs, and we were able to make it work out. But it was a stressful 10-20 minutes trying to figure that out.
That's little things, but it's big. So next time when you go anywhere, you'll probably have a cable.
I'm probably going to keep a cable in my car full time. Never be without it.
Brian Fuller, our producer, who does a lot of the sound for different events around here, even with Lake Martin Songwriters Festival, he would be probably the first to tell you that it's just you can't be too prepared. Would you have a backup guitar in case something would have happened to you?
Someday I ought to get one. Right now it's not in my budget, but definitely want to get one someday. Like I heard a story, this happened last night. Cody Jinks, Fort Worth-based musician, he was up at Pier 17 in New York City, and he had to cancel that gig last night because all of their music gear got soaked. Like rain came through, all the music gear got soaked.
Wow.
They had to cancel the show. And maybe if they had backups, they could have gone on. But there's also issues with lightning in the area, and so they had to just cancel the whole thing.
Well, sometimes Mother Nature. Just nothing you knew about it.
God said New York City didn't deserve Cody Jinks that night.
Exactly right. You said you had your picture and got to see Drake White's tour bus.
Sir.
Does that inspire you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I only got to see the outside of the tour bus, sadly. I had asked him if I could play him a song afterward, but we weren't able to set that up, sadly, because he had a tight schedule, I'd assume. But yeah, I waited at the merch table after he finished. I actually got his personal set list too.
Oh, really?
So all the band had their set lists, but Drake White had his personal one. And so I took that. I was able to get it from one of the roadies. I took it to Drake White afterward. I got a picture with him, got him to sign the set list, and I was able to give the set list to my coworker, because my coworker was the one who introduced me to Drake White's music. And so when I was introduced to Drake White's music, I was like, damn, I got to meet him one day. So I got to meet him, got a signed set list, and gave it to my coworker.
What'd you learn from Drake White? Anything on the stage, off
I think
stage?
so. I really appreciated how relaxed he looked on stage. He really made it seem effortless. Yeah,
Confidence.
yeah. That swagger he had, and it was just so. He was so charismatic. It was incredible. It reminded me of, I guess, like, speaking of Elvis, kind of Elvis, his just relaxed charisma on stage of just like, what are we doing here? It's great,
Having fun.
Nobody can touch me. I'm too good.
Well, I think probably, and I didn't know Drake White. I don't know him now, but he had a stroke on the stage
I'd
a
heard
couple
about
years
that.
ago.
Yeah.
So maybe that put life in perspective for him.
I bet it would.
My career. I'm using a God-given talent, but it ain't promised tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you got to look at. I think you got to look at that.
Yeah, and that's something that was incredible about Drake White that I noticed seeing him live is, I swear, if he were not a musician, he'd be a preacher. The way that he does his live show feels so much like an old tent revival to me.
Really?
So it's like an old Southern tent revival.
Wow.
But with a more contemporary music and different things like that. Like, it was so he really pushed a motivational message throughout the show, and it was very inspirational to me, mixed with phenomenal music and him telling the story of when he had a stroke and him recovering from that, and what you mentioned of it putting life into perspective for him. It was just an incredible show. Not only was the music great, and so you were listening to music, having a good time with that, you were also really engaged with his story and the story of his life and band.
Pretty cool venue too.
Oh, amazing venue. That's my first time there.
Oh,
as well.
really?
Yeah. It was so much fun.
That stage moves.
Does it? Huh. I didn't know that.
Scott Blake, that co-host with me, he sang at the did the Star Spangled Banner. I guess that was the song he did at the 4th of July. And as the rockets red glare, and they boom, they did a big explosion.
Wow.
The stage was moving. It's on tracks.
Huh.
I mean, it doesn't move real fast, but
Yeah.
you can kind of. He said you could feel it.
Interesting.
Moving. So that's a cool place.
I hope to play on that stage one day.
Yeah.
I've got to. But I really appreciate everybody that helped with that event too. You included, and Sandra, Trey, they were all so kind to me. And Sandra and Trey came up to me.
Trey Foshi.
Yeah. He came up to me after Drake White had played. I was hanging around, and they were very kind to me. They took the time to thank me for coming and to say some encouraging things to me, and that really made me feel like it wasn't just, I showed up, played a few songs, never to be seen again. It's like they really made me feel like friends and family.
Well, I'm glad you brought them up, because all I do is just do a little talking out here. I promote it. As far as the work and organizing, I didn't have anything.
They were working hard
to do it, and that's why the Lake Martin Songwriters Festival has been such a success. Next year, it's going to be even huge or bigger, because next year is the 100-year anniversary of Lake Martin.
Really?
So you don't think that ain't going to be a big dog? Just wait and see. We'll be right back. Maybe get this guy do a little singing. Mr. Joshua Michael Woods with us out here. We were just talking about, of course, this being tomorrow's Elvis would have been died at 42. This has been 48 years ago, 1977. No, I'm sorry. He was born April 16th. Died in January. Born April 16th, would have been 90 years old. So we've talked a lot about Elvis this week. You were talking about you had been to Graceland, and I had to put him on the spot. Do you know any Elvis? Well, the tune he has picked out, it was one of Elvis's first.
Yeah, one of Elvis's first songs. I think the story how it went was he was at Sun Records in 1954, and they were just trying to record a lot of the black standards that they had back in the day. and they just couldn't get they couldn't get a good sound on it. They just couldn't make it work. And Elvis was getting kind of nervous and frantic around the studio, and he just started singing what became "That's All Right." And so I'll do a few verses of that.
All right, good deal.
Well, that's all right now, Mama, that's all right for you. That's all right now, Mama, just any way you do, but that's all right. That's all right. That's all right now, Mama, any way you do. Well, Mama, she done told me, Papa done told me too. Son, that gal you're fooling with, she ain't no good for you, but that's all right. That's all right. That's all right now, Mama, any way you do. Well, I'm leaving town, baby, I'm leaving town for sure. Then you wanna be bothered with me hanging round your door, but that's all right. That's all right. That's all right now, Mama, any way you do.
Job.
Something
Good,
like that.
Good job. You know, people that were first hearing him, they had a lot of folks that didn't know if he was white or black.
Yeah.
Because he had grown up in the church,
Yep.
singing gospel music,
Yeah.
like so many artists that whether they made it or not, they made it. Boy, but did he make it? Sun Records.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about Elvis was his humble beginnings, because I've always had that imposter syndrome, that insecurity that, well, I'm not good enough to be a great, I'm not good enough to be that. But what I've seen with Elvis, and he grappled with that all of his life, he always wondered, why me? Why am I, what did I do that's so different, that's so special? And it seems like what he came to later in life was just that for whatever reason, God had picked him to just, you're the man. I'm going to make you, what I want you to be.
We had a twin brother, Aaron, that died at birth, I believe, and I think that was the other thing that he struggled with. Why me, not him?
Yeah.
But you're doing a God-given talent, and you're making it better and better, and that's exactly what Elvis did.
Yep. Yeah. And so that's the big thing is I always one of the biggest weights on my shoulders is the idea of wasting this talent. I liken it to God has given me a golden ticket, like the Willy Wonka's factory. God has given me a golden ticket. He's given me a talent that few people in this world have. And if I were to waste this, not only would it be an insult to everybody that has ever believed in me, but it would be an insult to God.
Yeah.
And so
that's
I really,
a great way to put it.
really believe I need to, morally, I feel like I need to take what God has given me and use it for good in this world.
That's got your priorities straight. Huh. And also in writing.
Sometimes.
And you said this song right now you're going to do, you wrote it just recently?
Yeah, I wrote this song. It's called "To the Throne." It's actually a gospel song. I was just thinking about my life and other people's lives around me, and trying to write a song about how it's kind of like Ecclesiastes, the idea of everything is meaningless, therefore we should go to God.
Wow.
And so to the throne. And I won't spoil anymore.
Okay, please.
Now let's see if I can actually do it right. I'm a little nervous because this is my first time playing it live.
Here, sir.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I don't belong where the towers grow higher than the hills, where the stones made by God are covered by concrete and steel. But in my dreams I can almost see a land untouched by man, until I'm told it's not my time to go in. But I can see a mountain sunrise and a skyline that lasts for miles, a refuge away from the hustle of life where I may rest for a while, where the birds in the sky and the crickets on the ground sing harmony and choir, and the dew on the grass cleanses the fire. Well, I know it must be real if I can feel it in my bones. It must be out there, but right where I don't know. For I've had it all, the rise and the fall, the women, the fame and the gold. But it's never enough, it's all sand and dust, and I don't know where else to go. But to the throne. When I'm old and gray and I face my killer time, remind me of my younger days before I was darkened by life. When the purity of my soul shone in my hair like gold. When my mama's little boy didn't long to die. Well, I know it must be real if I can feel it in my bones. It must be out there, but right where I don't know. For I've had it all, the rise and the fall, the women, the fame and the gold. But it's never enough, it's all sand and dust, and I don't know where else to go. But to the throne.
Golly, pretty song.
Something like that.
Why were you nervous about singing that song? Because you did. I mean, you had to use the pipes pretty strong just then.
Yeah, a few reasons actually. So the first one is I was wondering if I was going to forget the lyrics because I just wrote it, and my nerves make me forget lyrics sometimes. Second thing is my voice has just been kind of iffy for the past few weeks.
I didn't hear it.
Fair enough. I don't know why it's been iffy, but it's been a little gravelly. And then also just the topic of the song. It's so personal to me, especially that last verse.
I heard
it. And so it's kind of bearing a lot of my soul to a lot of people.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out here.
Thank you.
If I send you a date, do you think you can make it back?
Probably.
In September.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Good stuff.
You keep it up.
Thank
keep
you.
it up. Joshua Michael Wood. I see you in there all smile. Andy Bartal next.